Hello everybody, this is Rebecca Jane from yogawithrebeccajane.com. Welcome to this 30-minute practice. Today, just before we start the class, I'm highly recommending either a blanket of like in this shape of a blanket so that you roll it up. I'll show you, you'll see why. If you don't have a blanket, then just grab a towel. We'll start in just a moment. So you could run and get your towel. So as you're getting your towel, I'm just trying to think, do you need blocks? You can always have your blocks handy. But this practice is called Make Peace with Yourself. So on the line of inner peace. And it's really trying to understand how do we find inner peace? And this really resonated with me. Well, it also gives you a much more of an idea of what inner peace feels like, how to identify it within your body. And one of the things that this practice is about is really focusing in on the front body and the back body, and that the actual peace itself, our inner peace, is between the two. So our front body is about doing. I wrote all this. It's about doing, getting things done, being productive, right? The back body is our knowing, our strength, our wisdom. And then in between is where the quiet and the subtleness and our peace resides. So it's in between those two. So I'll keep kind of bringing it back in and weaving that into our practice. We're going to get your blanket or towel. I'm going to call it a blanket, even if it's a towel, and just place it to the side. I'll just place it over here. And let's come onto our hands and knees. So we're going to begin with a kind of more of in a moment, a little bit of a strength to get to connect with our core, with the center, well, especially the abdominals, the center of our being. And we're going to start with a few little cats and cows slow, and then we're going to speed it up. So think about the solar plexus chakra. So inhaling, arching, exhaling, rounding. Inhale, arch, exhale, round. So we're going to go a little faster here, pumping. This is a cleansing breath. Inhale, arch, exhale, round. 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 One more time. Inhale, arch, exhale, round. And then sit on your heels tall in kneeling Tadasana. Take your hands on your heart. Take a moment here. Feel that connection. Breathing in and out. And feeling the front body in your mind's eye and the back body. So the front body is the space of doing, being productive, moving forward. The back body is more of the past. It's wisdom. It's knowing. And then there's the in-between. The quiet, the stillness, the peace. So making peace with yourself. Taking 2 more deep breaths in And then as you breathe out, come onto your hands and knees. Curl toes under, downward facing dog. And just take a moment to stretch out the back body. The back body, create that sense of trust and safety within that back body. We were very forward moving species. I suppose most species are. It's all about doing and producing, future-oriented living. The back is more of the past, but it also it creates trust, safety. Let's come on into our planks. So as I said earlier, we're starting with a little bit more strength, and then we're going to go into our flow. And then come onto your forearms one at a time from your plank. And just bring the hands together into prayer. And we're in this forearm plank. Knees can come down if you need to. And we're here for about 30 seconds. And just let yourself breathe in and out, feeling the power of the back body, the front body, working in unison. Between the front and the back, where's the peace in the middle? Exploring peace. One more deep breath in and lower the knees down, open the hands and come all the way down. Slide your hands closer towards you. Let's lift into our cobras. All the way up, squeezing elbows in towards your sides. We're going to do 4 sets. Listen closely of push-ups, cobra push-ups. Take an inhale as you lift up, and then we're going to exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As we lower. And then inhale, lift up again into your cobra. Squeezing elbows. And then let's exhale, lower down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then let's inhale 1 all the way up. 7 as we lower. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale 1 breath in, lifting up. And then exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide your hands under your shoulders, lift onto your knees, and press back into a child's pose. Just take a moment here. Opening the knees wide, big toes touching. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let's inhale, come to all fours. Slide, curl toes under, downward facing dog. Take a little walk to the front of the mat. Once you're there, take an inhale halfway. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Let the hands float next to your sides. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, hands to heart, fold forward, forward bend. Just warming up this body. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Just inhaling into plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pausing here for a moment in downward facing dog. Bring the feet together. Take an inhale, right leg reaches up to the sky. Square those hips towards the ground. Those
And then open that right leg up without bending it, but still, once it's open, up, open up that, try and square that right hip towards the ground. So you're going to get your kind of, feels unnatural. But it's stretching out those hip joints. Then take an inhale. And then exhale, step right foot to right thumb. Keep your left hand where it is. Just reach that right arm up to the sky. Revolving lunge. Breathing in. 2 breaths here. And out. Inhale. And out. And then lower that right hand down. Step back, downward facing dog. Feet together. Taking an inhale, the left leg lifts up to the sky. Left hip squared to the ground, then open up your left leg. Now that left hip will naturally open up and point towards the ceiling. Just turn it downward. It's just a different way to hold this. Do this. 3-legged dog. Take an inhale and exhale, step left foot to left thumb. Right hand stays where it is. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Revolving lunge. Ooh, 2 breaths here. Inhale. Thinking of back body, front body, and then the in-between. Finding peace in these poses. Lowering that left hand down. Step right foot forward. You're at the front of the mat. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Taking a pause here, breathing in, feeling the front of the body, the back. We forget the back of the body because we don't see it. And then let the arms float next to your sides. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Let the hands come together. Float down, forward bend. Step back into your downward facing dog. And then let's bring your right knee in towards the center of your body, then inside your right wrist. We're coming into pigeon. Now take your blanket. Place it underneath your right hip. So that blanket will stay pretty much here for the duration of the class, most of it. And then slide your left leg back, bringing it to the right a little bit. Walk your hands as close to your right shin and lift up so we're not laying forward. We'll do a few different sets of this pigeon. Breathing in. And out. And then lower the hands to the ground, curl the back toes under, step back, keep that blanket where it is. And then inhale into plank. Now, and then exhale, lower down into your cobra. And your hips are going to be on that blanket. Right where the hip, right at those hip joints. And then lift up into, it's going to be almost like a upward facing dog with the arms straight, but with the hips pressing into that blanket. This is so cool. I love it. Supported upward dog. Exhale, lower back down, curl toes under, downward facing dog. Bring your left knee in towards the center of your body, then inside your left wrist. Slide your right leg back to the left, just a touch. Coming into your pigeon. Fingertips on the ground. Walk your hands a little bit closer. Maybe that left hand is touching that left knee. Take a deep breath in and lift up nice and tall. And allow the pelvis to melt down to the ground. Breathing in. And breathing out. And then lower the hands to the ground. Curl back, toes under, step back, downward facing dog. So you have to lift your leg over that blanket. And then inhale, plank. And then exhale, lower down, chaturanga.
lifting up into your upward facing dog. Normally you could straighten your arms here. Normally you're lifting onto the tops of those feet, but because you have this blanket, it supports you. This should feel nice, stretchy. If you need to bend those elbows a little bit, then feel free. And then exhale, lower down and press up, downward facing dog. Let's bring your right knee in towards the center of your body, inside that right wrist. Coming back into a pigeon again. Changing this up a little bit. Walk your left leg to the right. So from here, you're going to walk your hands over to the right side and stretch them on a diagonal. Now I have very little space here, so I'm going to scoot over here on a diagonal to the right. And take a deep breath in, so it's in line with your right knee. And let all that tension out of those hips. Making peace with yourself. That's what this is all about. And when we get into those hip joints, we release all these anger and emotions that get stored there. Now from here, walk your hands back up, stay in this shape, and walk and come into a gentle twist. So you might place your right forearm on the ground and left hand on the ground, fingertips. Or some of us can actually place the right elbow inside your right foot. I'm not going to do that today. And then twist. If you're going to do the right elbow inside that right foot, make a fist with that right hand, left hand on the fist. Or you could place it on maybe not on the foot. You can place it in front of the foot. Twisting, pigeon. And then place your hands back down. Bring your hands forward again. Curl toes under, downward facing dog. Inhaling into plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. This feels, I love this supported cobra with that blanket under the hips. Oh, it just stretches out that front body. It's a nice stretch. And then lower back down, exhale, downward facing dog. Now left knee, bring that left knee in to inside your left wrist. Pigeon on this side. And walk your hands over on the left diagonal in line with your left knee and stretch through those arms. Oh. Breathing deeply, inhale. This feels so nice. A lot of hip work today. This is not my specialty, or this is where I'm great at forward bends, but I struggle with my hips, hip flexibility. Walk your hands forward and over to the right. Take your either forearm on the ground, right fingertips on the ground. You come into that gentle twist, or elbow near your left foot or on that, inside that left foot. And make a fist with that left hand, right hand on the fist. It's a twist. So any way you can twist, that's kind and gentle. Don't overdo this twist. And then lower your hands back down. Curl the back toes under, step back, downward facing dog. Inhaling into plank. Exhale, lower down. All the way down to the ground. This time stay here. So we're going to come into a bow pose. Lift your legs up, bend the knees. Now you have an option of keeping this blanket right at those hip joints or above it. Now, if you want to try above it, right on the belly, this is a nice massage for your tummy muscles.
But if it's too much, slide it down just below the hips. Hold on to your ankles. Now, if you can't do this comfortably, then I want you to come to locust, where your legs are straight on the ground, your arms are lifted. Oh. Grab hold of those ankles or the tops of the feet. Take a deep breath in. And all you're doing is really lifting up your chest. You're not able to lift up the thighs that high because of the blanket. Too much for the stomach? Just slide it under, lower down. And then lower back down. Let's press back into child's pose. Let your forehead rest on the ground, right on the blanket. That's nice for your digestive system. Taking a moment here just to be. And then let's come up to all fours and let's sit on this blanket now. Whew. Okay, so we're going to you're going to place your left ankle on your right thigh, knee on top of that right foot. Now, if that's not working for you, I want you to take your shins in front of each other. Flex the feet so the feet are underneath the knees. This is a double pigeon. I'm going to try, as you'll probably see, I am very inflexible in my double pigeon. So the other option is to take that left foot down and just sit up tall for a moment. Take your hands behind your back on your fingertips and let that left knee gently press downward. Don't force this. And then from here, you're going to reach that right arm up to the sky and take hold of that left foot with that right hand. Now, if you can't do that, just grab the ankle. Left arm reaches to the sky and grab hold of that left foot. So your arms are crossed. Take an inhale and exhale, lean forward. So I can't go very far here. If it's way too much to come out of this double pigeon, just cross the legs at the shins. And then let's do a few little cats and cows here, in that, creating that shape of cow, inhale. You won't move very far, and exhale round. This class, I'm going to have to do 2 classes because there's so much in this I want to do more of. Let's open up the arms, and then let's uncross that left leg and just straighten the legs for a moment and stretch over them. Get a nice stretch in the backs of the legs. And slowly ease yourself back up. Now we're going to take the right ankle on top of the left thigh, or cross it in front, and then the left foot underneath the right thigh. So double pigeon, or cross it at the shins. Take your hands behind your back. Take a deep breath in. So we're sitting on this on the blanket because it helps elevate the hips. This is a little bit easier. And then take your left arm, reach the left arm up, and see if you can hold on to that right foot, left foot. And then right arm lifts, and then grab hold of the left foot. Oh, right foot, I'm sorry. I'm all over the place with the... Take it. So if this isn't working, which feels very funky, unless you're very flexible, then just make it comfortable. Maybe place the hands on the ground. Take a deep breath in, lift up, and let's do a few little cats and cows here. For me, this is not a comfortable shape. So I'm being extra cautious. Not that I have hip issues, but I'm just extremely tight.
And then slowly lift yourself back up, uncross your legs, straighten them in front of you, fold over. And then slowly lift yourself back up. We're going to do one more thing before we come down. Using the blanket. So your heels are on the blanket, your toes are on the ground. We're going to come into a squat, so you might have to widen those feet. Reach the arms forward, legs are straight. And then sit down into your squat. Keep the fingers in front of you, the arms nice and long. And then lift back up. Inhale, stretch. And then exhale, sit down into your squat. This is a nice flushing out of those hip joints. Inhaling, stretching. Those legs straightening, and then sit down. It's nice to have something under the heels. It makes the squat, the malasana, a lot easier, especially if you have trouble with the feet on the heels on the ground. One more time, let's sit in that malasana. Bring your hands to your heart. Lift up tall. As tall as you can. I know you're slanting forward, that's fine. Just press those heels into the blanket. And then slowly ease yourself onto your knees and place your blanket to the side. Come onto your right hip, swing your legs forward, and then lower yourself onto your backs. Stretch through those arms, stretch through those legs. You'll probably feel some soreness in those hips, because I know we haven't done the double pigeon in a long time. I'm sure I'm avoiding it because it's not my thing, but I know I need it. Hug your knees into your chest and just let the knees drop to the left. Spinal twist. Right arm out to the side, turn the gaze to the right. Allow the body to get heavy. So making peace with yourself. Finding that middle. So when I do double pigeon and I see other yoga teachers teaching that, they look so flexible. They're touching their knees to their knees, their feet. They look like it's easy, and I feel like, whew, I can't do that. Hug your knees into your chest, rolling onto your back, and let the knees drop to the right. So my mind goes off, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do that? Turn your gaze to the left. So how do I make peace with myself? I just do my best. At least I'm doing it, right? At least I'm there, trying. And then lift your knees back up. One last hug, and extend your left foot to the left corner, right to the right. Just do a few little wiggles of your hips until finally you're settled. Your arms, your palms are up. And take a nice deep breath in, and then let the body melt. The back body touching the earth, the front body facing the sky, kissing the sky. Then there's the in-between, peace. And you stay for another few minutes here, or come up to, I will come up to seal the practice. So sometimes we have to do things that are out of our comfort zone. Just in life, and it makes us anxious and uncomfortable. But then we do it. And we say, most of the time, thank God I tried. Thank God I did it. So when we're in our yoga classes, we do things that make us uncomfortable, that we're, and that one is mine. I have a few more as well. And what it does is it shakes you up. So how do you find peace when you're doing something that's uncomfortable, that's out of your comfort zone? You try it, and then you breathe. And you seek out that in-between, that peaceful place in your body. You're no longer doing, and you're no longer living in the past. You're just here in the present moment. And as I bring my hands in front of my heart to seal this practice, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, thumbs up, comment below, subscribe. Have a wonderful day everyone. Namaste.